Hi there, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and for those of you who are new here, my name is Amy. I'm a full-time reseller. I've been doing this for over 10 years now. Right now I primarily sell on the Poshmark app, and today I'll be doing a ship with me video. I like to do these videos because I think it helps people out to see what's currently selling on Poshmark and what kind of prices you can get for items. And I also like to sell unique and vintage items, so hopefully it'll give you some inspiration to look for things that are outside of your comfort zone to make money on. So let's get started. The first item is this pair of Checos sandals. Now I actually picked these up for myself, but I didn't really like the way they fit, so I went ahead and listed them. And I listed them for $59. And I think I just had them listed for maybe 2 weeks. And a buyer offered me $50, which I thought was quite fair. I had paid a little bit more for these because I bought them for myself. I paid $13 for them. But after Posh fees and my cost of goods, I still made a net profit of $27. So I think that's pretty great. I wasn't really planning on buying these for resale, but it works out to make a profit anyway. So I am happy about that. And someone gets a nice pair of sandals for the summer. Now I have this box for them, but I think it's a little bit too big. I'll probably switch it out after the video. And I will be sealing everything up off camera just so you don't have to listen to my tape dispenser. So the next item is this, boy, I didn't plan very well today, vintage bird handbag. Now this was a home craft type project. Let's see here. I guess it doesn't, it just says Town and Country. And this happened to come with the box and all the original instructions, which I thought was pretty cool. Even though it's finished, I thought a collector might be interested in having all of that original paperwork and box. And I did find a box that this will fit nicely in with the original box. So I had picked this up for $5 at an estate sale. I just thought it was charming, and I had it listed, I think as high as $59, but I had reduced it, and I had reduced it to $49 some time ago, and someone bought it full price recently. So I think I'm always excited about a full price sale. So it sold for $49. My cost of good was $5. So that made my net profit $31.52, which I think is pretty great. I'm not going to complain about that at all. I'm going to put a little padding on the front of this before I put the top of the box on. And then I'm going to also add a couple air pockets to further protect this. I'm going to put all of it just like it is in this box number 7. And I'm struggling a little bit to get that box open, so I'm just going to do that off camera. The next item is this vintage pink satiny Olga nightgown. Now I've picked this up at the thrift store, but it was new with tags. I love finding this sort of thing. Isn't that fun with the vintage tags? And I have done okay with vintage lingerie. Certain items sell quicker than others. You know, of course, the real fun stuff from the 50s and 60s, the Mrs. Maisel type stuff sells for higher prices. But this is one area that you can keep your eye out at the thrift store, because oftentimes they don't mark this up. They're still, you know, $2.99 or $3.99, at least at my Goodwill they are. So I picked this up for $2.99, and I can't remember what I had it listed for, but the buyer offered me $39, which I thought was very fair. So after my cost of goods and Poshmark fees, that made my net profit $26.48. which I think is wonderful. I'm always happy when I can make at least $20 on an item. Sometimes it doesn't always turn out that way, but profit is profit, so I am happy with that. So it was kind of a slow weekend for me. In fact, I was feeling a little down and disappointed because that's all I have to share with you for the last couple of days. But you know, this business is up and down, and sometimes you have tons of sales and sometimes you don't have as many. So you just have to keep moving forward, and I'm going to be listing and sharing and sending offers to you know, get my sales back up. So hopefully that works, and I'll see you in a couple of days to share the rest of the items that, well, or hopefully the items that I sell. See you then. Hi, I'm back to ship out my sales from the last couple of days, and I would love it if you are enjoying my videos, if you would give this a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Maybe comment down below what your Posh closet is. I'd love to make sure that I'm following you. Maybe share some of your listings. All of that really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm if you do those things, and it helps us both out if we follow each other on Poshmark. So the first item that sold is this pair of Columbia hiking boots. If you watched my recent epic yard sale haul, you'll see this and another item that I found there, and I listed these and they both sold within less than 24 hours. So that's pretty exciting. That was a great haul. You should go check out that video if you haven't seen it already. And I listed these for $79. And my Posher VA sends out automatic 10% off offers to likers with discounted shipping. So they sent out a $71 offer, and the buyer counter offered $73. Now I was hoping to get a little bit more for these because they're pretty much like new, but I decided that because sales were slow earlier in the week, that I would just go ahead and accept. You know, a quick sale is always great. So these sold for $63. My average cost of goods for that haul was about $7.50. So that made my net profit after Posh fees just under $43. So I'm not going to complain about that at all for a quick sale. And I just wrapped these up using more of that plastic garment bag that I got in an estate sale last summer. So the next item is also from that haul, and it's this pair of Frye leather lace-up shoes. Now, I almost didn't pick these up because Frye is usually a really slow seller for me unless it's boots. So I was hesitant, but I'm glad that I went ahead and got them because, I mean, these even sold, I think it was maybe only a couple hours before these sold. And I listed them for $59. The buyer offered me $50, which I thought was great. So I went ahead and accepted. Like I said, my average cost of goods was about $7.50 from that haul. So that made my net profit after fees and my cost of goods $32.50. Not going to complain at all, especially for a quick sale. And I had put out $175 at that sale. So it's nice to get some of that money back pretty quickly. For these, I'm going to use this medium flat rate box. The next item is this sterling silver spinner ring. Can you see that? Go over here. It's kind of ornate detail, and then it has this thing in the middle that spins around. Now this is marked PZ925 Israel, and that is a designer from Home Shopping Network or QVC. I can't remember which one. I like to kind of study the different designers from those channels because oftentimes it will be older people who buy stuff off Home Shopping Network, and then you'll see this stuff at the estate sales. And certain designers are expensive on there and they have a good resale value. This one isn't quite one of the best, but it's still pretty good. I had this listed for $49 and the buyer offered me $41, so I went ahead and accepted that. I had paid $6 for this, and so that made my net profit $26.80. I'm using one of these little boxes that I get at the dollar store. They're actually for food storage, but they come in packs of 10, so that makes them only about 13 cents a piece. And I get so much great feedback about these little boxes, how cute people think they are and how they can reuse them. So that makes me really happy when they can reuse something. I used ribbon that I picked up at a thrift store and an estate sale. I like to buy ribbon secondhand because you know people are just going to throw stuff away and it's really a waste otherwise. So the next item is this vintage silver mesh belt. Isn't that cool? I really liked this. And of course it wouldn't be one of my ship with me videos without a belt in it. I love selling belts. I typically profit in the $15 to $40 range on belts. So I keep picking them up. I love finding unique vintage belts or genuine leather belts. I apologize if you can hear something. It sounds like there's a loud plane flying over. But I sell multiple belts a week and I can still find them pretty reasonably at my local Goodwill and thrift stores. So I had listed this for $39 and a buyer offered me $35, which I went ahead and accepted. I had paid $3 for this at a thrift store, so that made my net profit $22.32, which makes me very happy. These belts are easy to store and list and ship. So I realized I forgot to get a box put together for that. So I'll do that later. The next item is this black leather wide kind of corset style belt. I do really well with these wider waist belts. So that's those are keywords that you should make sure you use. Wide waist belt, corset style if it's wide like this, genuine leather. And this was kind of an obscure brand, so I just listed it under vintage and I put vintage style. I don't do that very often because I know some people might get a little bit frustrated if they're looking for true vintage and they come across something that's not actually vintage. But in this case, I don't think it's that big of a deal. And it gets the item a little bit more exposure than it would if you just listed it under this brand that no one had ever heard of. Oops, this is just popping at the seams. So I had listed this for $39 and a buyer offered me $33, which I happily accepted. I had paid $3 for this at a thrift store. So that made my net profit $23.40, which is great. So for these wider belts, I like to use this cube box, and this is box number 4. It just kind of, you know, they fit nicely in here and don't rattle around too much, so that is great. The last item is this St. John sweater. Isn't that gorgeous? really high quality material. I think this is lambskin trim, and on the pockets, this probably retailed for over $300. It's too bad that the resale value for St. John isn't always that great. I can't remember what I originally listed this for. I think maybe 69 or 79, but I had it listed for quite some time, and I got an offer for $45, so I went ahead and accepted that. I only pick up St. John if I can get it at the bins or for probably under $5, because the resale value is just not very great. Sometimes you'll get a piece that's special, that's beaded or all leather or something, and you can get a higher amount, but typically you're not going to get big money. So again, this sold for $45. I had paid $2 for this at an estate sale. So I actually got a whole bunch of St. John at that estate sale because everything, all the clothing was $2. So, you know, in that case, then I'm gonna pick it up because that's really reasonable and it's high quality. So did I already say that made my net profit $34? That is it for this week. I am heading out of town again to go camping and fishing on the Grand Ronde River. I'm super excited. So it'll be this is kind of a shortened ship with me video. I'm going to be doing another thrift adventure video. Those aren't getting very many views, but I would really love it if you would check them out. I think they're pretty fun. I kind of show some of my travel, you know, I vlog a little bit and take pictures, and then on the way there or on the way home, I stop at a thrift store and try and find things to resell to pay for the vacation. So I think that's great. I think it's a fun way to be able to spend time with my family and not spend a whole bunch of money out of pocket. So if you would check those out, I would really appreciate it. And again, if you'd like, subscribe and comment, I would greatly appreciate that too. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next week.